All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Deborah Honor Sales, Apostle Ray Millstone, Tommy Shoot the Rule Well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to Ikem out there, scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth. That's serving his truth, our true sincerity. So I say Shalom. There's a brother in the Bible, continue the video in the spirit. And this is not going to be too long. It's going to be a quick video about self-examination. And spark this video topic is, we're coming into the Passover. We've seen a lot of stuff going on, in Israel, So this is the time where you should be, definitely examining yourself, man. Making sure that our spirits is right as we come into the Passover. Because the brother, I just watched a video Apostle Tahar he was doing, and I don't know the brother's name, but basically he's talking about he had he took a midday nap and he had a vision of the death angel, and it was going through slaying, Jake and Israel, So that's like, shoot, man. We in March. I think it was like 2 months ago when that other brother had that dream, about the men that was basically going through the journey and got to the apostles, and certain men got approved and some men didn't, And then now we got this vision the day before the Passover of the death angel coming through slaying. So that's showing you, the Lord is giving warnings out here, to make sure that we're in the right spirit and that we're on track. Because the Lord is not playing. When you go to matter of fact, real quick. First Peter 4:17. It says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh, and if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?" Yeah. So judgment gonna begin at the house of Israel, man. And it's gonna start with the ones who know that they're Israelites. Apostle Hart was saying, that dream was symbolizing the ones who are not out there going out there on the highways and byways diligently, that's not doing the work diligently and sincerely. That's the ones that it represents. So that's going to start at the ones who know they're Israelites, who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing. And it's going to trickle down from there. So that's how we got to make sure that we own our shit. We can't be slothful, man. Can't be lazy. It's not time for all of that. We are really so close to the end. We see how Trump is moving. We see the things that are going on out here. So it's time for us to, to really lock in. I believe Monday, Pastor Hart was talking about it, but Monday, they was having some type of meeting to forward the agenda to try to digitalize everything. And I believe that he's trying to have that done by June, July. So if everything can be digitalized by June, July, we know surely after that the MOTB is coming. I'm gonna do another video about it, but I just seen that there's an outbreak, a measles outbreak going on in Texas. I don't know if it was other states involved, but I know in Texas they said that. So, hey man, we living in very interesting times. So as we continue to go through these times, we got to make sure that we are examining ourselves. So I'm gonna go back over there. 2 Corinthians 13:5. It says, "Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves how that Yahushua Mashiach is in you, except ye be reprobates." Yeah. So we got to examine ourselves that we be in our faith. Making sure that we doing what the Lord has required of us to do. By being occupied in prophecy, being occupied in His Word, man. As long as we continue to do that, we'll be all right. As we come into the Passover, like the scriptures say, if you got any oughts or any things with brothers, take care of that. Nip that in the bud before you partake in the Passover, because scripture's talking about eating of the Passover unworthily. We don't want to be eating of the Passover unworthily. We see what was happening with Eleazar. I can't remember, it was Apostle Gabar, or Apostle Hart. They said basically all these years, we don't know how long that scandal's been going on, okay? But if it's been happening for some time, all these Passovers that he's been partaking and he's been doing that, he's been eating the Passover unworthily. So that explains why the Lord has allowed him to fall the way he did. So we want to and that's an example. So we want to make sure that we are not eating the Passover unworthily and we're in the right spirit. Let me grab this. This is 1 Corinthians 5 and 6. It says, your glorying is not good. Know ye not that a little leaven leaveneth the whole lump? It says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Mashiach, our Passover, is sacrificed for us. Yeah. So a little leaven the whole lump. The scripture's talking about, I think in Matthew 6. Matter of fact, let me go there. I'm going to come back over here. Bear with me, Baba Kashai. Or is it 5? Yeah. Matthew 5 and Matthew 5 and I'm gonna read 29 and 30. It says, and if thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off and cast it from thee, for it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not thy whole body should be cast into hell. So what this going into is, if there's anything in this world that's hindering you from being the truth or being locked in, distracting you, people, anything like that, you cut them off, man. And then also when it comes to the ministry, if it's a brother that's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, or that's going off, you cut him off, you kick him out, because it's better to get that brother or that thing out of the way than let it to continue to stay around. Because like it says, a little leaven the whole lump. Because whatever spirit is on that brother, you let that to stick around, then they can hop on another brother. And that caused the whole camp to be kicked out, man. And if the whole camp get kicked out, then what? If you're not in this truth, if you get kicked out and you got to go back into the world, then what did that mean? That you're going to partake in the judgment that this world has come to. So that's what that hell is referring to, not the literal place. That's when you come back over here to 1 Corinthians 5 and 7. It says, purge out therefore the old leaven, that you may be a new lump, as you are unleavened. For even Mashiach got Passover sacrifice for us. So we gotta make sure that we're purging out the leaven in ourselves, man. That comes to examining ourselves, and that we're not getting prideful, big headed, you know. You can see when I read verse 8, it says, "Therefore let us keep the feast, not with old leaven, neither with the leaven of malice and wickedness, but with the unleavened bread of sincerity and truth." Yeah. So not with malice, not no strife with a brother, none of that. We got to get all of that up out of us and up out of the way, before we get to the Passover. Because like I said, we don't want to be eating the Passover unworthily, because the Lord can judge you for that, man. Man, we seeing how the Lord is passing judgment. You don't want to get caught up in that. You don't want to partake in that. So every time we come around the Passover, things happen. We're about to have a blood moon on the Passover. A lunar eclipse. So we shall see, man. But this is very important time to sit back, to meditate, think about the truth, think about our journey, and continue to strive. Let me come over here. Ephesians 4:22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind. And that you put on a new man, which after Yahweh is created in righteousness and true and holiness. And there we go, man. So we got to continue to put off that old man and put on that new man. And we got to strive for that every day. Brothers came in this truth all different points in time in their life. So I'm going to give an example, from myself. I started coming up to the camp, in 2020. We coming up on 2025, so in this summer, it'll be 5 years since I've been coming up to the camp. So the time that before I was coming up to camp and it was in the world, all of that is not going to be going away. Just my 5 years coming up to the camp. But you still strive to put off that old man, is you want to make sure that you're growing as much as possible in this truth, man. You don't let them old desires that you used to have and them old things that you used to be into overtake you and get those wins over you. You gotta fight those things, you gotta fight those spirits and rebuke those spirits, That's why the apostles be honest about just living a simple life, man. If you live a simple life and stay out the way, everything will be okay for you. We already got enough going on being in the truth. We already got to fight Satan, on a daily basis, with our minds, with our thoughts, the little trials and tribulations that we do have. We already got enough to worry about. So we don't want to be out here adding any unnecessary things on our plate or putting ourselves in unnecessary predicaments that we don't have to go through. So we gotta continue to strive, to be that new creature for Yahweh Shem Yahushai. So I'm gonna grab this and I'm gonna close out. This is Luke 14:26. It says, "If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sisters, yet in his own life also, he cannot be my disciple." And that doesn't mean like literally hate them. It's talking about putting them before this truth, man. Putting your desires or whatever you're doing in this world before this truth, man. You cannot be one of Yahweh Shem Yahushua's disciples, because his truth comes first. It says, "And whosoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower and sit not down first and counteth the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it? less happily after he have laid the foundation and is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him. Yeah. So we got to make sure that we continue to count the cost, man. Brother was saying about Alizar, he didn't count the cost. You know, when you come into this thing, man, it's just certain stuff you just don't do. It's just certain stuff you don't be a part of. So what? So you don't make yourself look bad. And then what? It can cause you to what? Fall out, because he said that he was going to take a step back. So now he's being mocked. You was supposed to be this, you was supposed to be that, and look at you. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be one who went back into the world, man, because there's nothing in the world for us anyway. But then you're going to be mocked. Because Jake, when we first came in, you was telling your people, I had that fire on you. Every brother had that fire spirit on them. They was telling people, you didn't change your ways. You don't hang around. You don't do this, do that. Now you done fell out and been back in the world. Now they mocking you. You was supposed to be this. Now look at you. You back this. You back that. So that's why it's important to count the cost and know what we're a part of, and know how serious this is. What comes with it. We're gonna have struggles, man. We're gonna have trials and tribulations. It's not gonna be an easy thing, but we gotta fight the good fight of faith, man. So at the end, we can say that we did all we could to stand and was able to stand, and that we endured to the end. So that's pretty much it. Lord, when this video was edifying, I'm going to close out by giving our praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Shalom.